Dean Legge and Parker Morgan here again from Omaha, Georgia, with what I would call just a great baseball win. Parker, coming back, the rally in the 8th inning, and then Josh, from your perspective, what'd you see tonight?
I mean, there were a lot of different things. A big thing for me was Matt Cerrone. I mean, he had a horrible game against Stanford on Saturday, and 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts is about as bad as it could ever be. And he bounced back huge tonight. He had a 2-out RBI to start things off in the 6th, and then in the 8th. He had a clutch. He tied the game up, driving in Poitras with that double. And Poitras scored all the way from first. That was a big thing. Another thing was Joey Lewis. He's continued his clutch play, getting the go-ahead RBI as well as some other stuff earlier in the game, hitting. They've got to have stuff out of the bottom of that lineup. They can't depend only on the top, like I was talking about in the preview in the game. It's just they need production from everywhere to win, and that's what they got today. And of course, the lesser-known guys stepped up, and then you got the superstars, Beckham and Fields. The thing with Beckham, I don't know what you're gonna say about it, but there was almost like a sense in the press box that he was about to do something great. It was the same kind of feeling I had when he hit the home run against Louisville in the regionals, and when he ended his career at Foley Field with that home run. It's like something is about to happen with him, and he just bombed that ball on the left, and everyone knew it was going to happen. And
let's talk about individual players. Beckham, you don't even know what to say after a while. Let's just go in order. Let's talk about Holder, then Beckham, and then Fields. Fields seemed to get his stuff back tonight. Holder is just incredibly gutsy. He got hit with that line driving the third. First, he gives up a home run, which is bad enough, and then the next thing, bam, right off the shin line drive. Made the play too.
Yeah, and then he busted to get that ball, made the play, and then only after that he kind of stopped to think about what was happening to his leg. And when he was trying to warm up after that with the coaches out there, it didn't look that good. His first pitch, he didn't even throw the ball. He looked like he couldn't put any weight on it. And then all his warm-up pitches were bad, and I thought he was done. And to go out there and throw another 4 innings, and he only gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs the whole game, or 3 or 4, I can't remember which, but only 4 hits total. And it was just, 7 strong innings. That was vital for them, because now tomorrow they're set up still pretty good with the bullpen, because those guys that came in late that struggled in the 8th, for them, they only threw a few pitches. So tomorrow with Montgomery starting, and then they got whoever they want out of the pen.
Josh Fields,
Perno kept talking about how whatever reason, when it's not a safe situation, he's just a little different mindset, it seems, for him. But he came in there just up 1 and the top of the lineup to face, and just totally mowed him down. It's really not fair when he's throwing 97, 90-mile-an-hour fastballs, and then that dropping that curve in there.
If you were sitting where I am, which is on the field, that thing is really coming at you.
Yeah, it's not fair. And he set those guys down 1, 2, 3, and it was just like when he was facing that first guy, you could just tell he's locked in. He talked after the game about how he'd been thinking too much, and I think that's part of it. When you've got that kind of cushion, like up 5 or 6 runs, you can kind of think more. But he just went out there and did what came naturally to him, which was just bring the old Terminator, as they would say in Major League, and it was just nasty.
What can you say about Gordon Beckham? He's not. I wouldn't call him unassuming. You can tell that's Gordon Beckham.
Yeah.
But just to go out there, he didn't really celebrate the home run. It didn't seem like to me. He crushed it though.
I think that's kind of the defining thing. Is like, he's got a little attitude about him.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, but he's a very good player. But the thing that kind of shows you is he talked about it in the postgame. That home run, it was huge, but it didn't put him ahead or even tie it. They were still down 1, so he's not going to celebrate it because it didn't. They still needed more to happen, but. Kind of like Perno talked about a long time about how that home run against Louisville just kind of set things on fire for them confidence-wise. After that, everybody else just kept rolling it on to get that victory. So, he's just incredible. I don't want to go all, Tebow here gushing praise, but that guy, you knew he was going to come through when they needed it. He talked about everybody kind of been ragging on him that he hadn't hit the home run he needed to set the Georgia career record, and he told Perno kind of straight up, was like, look, I'll hit a home run when we need it. And
yeah, it's crazy.
He said that, and then he did it, so he backs it up.
What about, this question is going to be a little silly, but can Fresno bounce back from this? That thing was bad tonight for them.
That's a crushing defeat. I
don't know where you were with it. We were not sitting with one another, but I'm sitting there going, okay, well, Georgia's going to have to come back from this. And then for them, what I meant by that was they're going to have to come back in Game 2 and Game 3. If you're Fresno, you feel like you've got the win, and Georgia just shoves it right back in your face. I don't know.
Fresno had been getting breaks that game. Georgia got some too, but Fresno, Georgia had been hitting the ball hard, and just either great plays or things happen where they were able to get Georgia out. Fresno's third baseman is incredible playing defense. That guy is something else. And but when Olsen led off the eighth of that bloop, that's when I started to think, well, maybe Georgia has a chance here, because that's the kind of breaks Olsen especially. He's been struggling real bad, and he finally got that break, and that's when I was like, oh, maybe they can do something here. And for Fresno, that's just crushing, because they threw everything they had at Georgia. They threw 5 pitchers, and those guys have got to be on their last life with anything left in the arms.
If I'm Fresno, I've got to get the lead early tomorrow. I cannot let Georgia do their typical elimination game thing where they get up, 5 runs and coast.
Yeah, I mean, Fresno, they needed this win bad tonight, because
I agree.
That pitching staff is just giving it everything they've got out there to
and they pulled
get
off
here.
to the 3rd or the 4th. It was early, whatever it was, relatively early.
Yeah, they're switching guys out. I mean, they're not letting them throw very many pitches before they get them out of there, because they don't have any other choice. I mean, those guys have used everything they've got, and they needed to get that win tonight. And I really thought they were going to. Once they got up 6-3, I was like, these guys are just they're on some kind of crazy hot streak that it's. I mean, the Wonder Dogs are getting things done. I mean, I know the other media likes to talk about that, but Georgia's just a very good team, and they just buckled down, and they didn't get caught up in what Fresno was doing. They just knew what they were capable of, and they were able to execute like they needed to.
Well, Parker, it wasn't the Wonder Dogs tonight, but Georgia comes back and wins, and they are on the precipice of a national championship in a major sport. And that's going to be it for us tonight from Rosenblatt Stadium. Georgia going up 1-0 in this series against Fresno State, against Fresno, and we'll be here tomorrow night to either wrap it up or continue this series. But with that, from Omaha, this has been Parker Morgan and Dean Legge for Dawg Post.